Whenever I hear someone say I don't like school, I'm reminded of a story my sophomore English class read together. It was the story of a girl who lived in a country where education for females is unacceptable. She did everything she could just to have an education, even taking a bullet for it. While I was happy to learn she lived, this opened my eyes to the degree in which we take school for granted. In the wake of this new coronavirus, and learning that I will no longer be able to finish my senior year, I was reminded again how often we forget how valuable not only our education is, but the relationships and memories we make within our school lives. My high school experience would not have been the same if I had gone to any other school. As a student at Taylor County, I was in an atmosphere of both success and opportunity. Guidance counselors made sure I was prepared for life after school, teachers ensured that I had the proper knowledge, and friends guaranteed that I had plenty of memories to take along with me. As I think through those memories, there's a few that define each year for me. As a freshman, Taylor County High School made its historic move from 300 Ingram Avenue to 2705 Old Hodgenville Road. I also got to experience my first state finals with the marching band. I opened the last chapter of my life as a K-12 student, and I was blessed to have my best friend since 4th grade, Emma Cox, experience it right by my side. To this day, Emma and I still laugh about our lunchtime freshman year. For some reason, we decided not to eat lunch at school, but that we would bring food to share. This consisted of snacks that was a very poor excuse for lunch, like hot fries one day and Pop-Tarts the next. I'm very glad to say that my friend and I carried our friendship not only through elementary and middle school, but through high school as well. When it was time for sophomore year, I got to experience some of my favorite classes. One of these was my Honors World Civ class, which was only about 10 people, which I thought was a unique learning experience. I also thoroughly enjoyed one of my elective classes, History of Pop Culture, because in this class I got to express my love for the classics. During this grade, when Emma and I picked lockers, Emma got the bottom locker and I got the one above since I was taller. We soon discovered what a challenge this was going to be when we both wanted to go to our locker at the same time. So from then on, we both shared my top locker for the rest of the year. Sophomore year is one of my favorite years and it has so many good memories within it. Upon becoming a junior, many of us got our permits and our first job, while also having to keep up with classes like chemistry and math. During this year, I really began to grow. I took my first full credit classes, I learned how to drive, I got to experience my second state finals with the band, and I got my braces off. When I look back, I often think of moments like taking fast notes in government, or when Emma and I would walk into chemistry and automatically be hit with a wave of freezing air. I remember each one of these moments with a smile on my face. But as each good moment starts, it must come to an end at some point. On my first day of senior year, I realized that this was going to be the beginning of the end of my time at TCHS. I had spent the year working on some of my most demanding and challenging classes, like dual credit U.S. History, college algebra, and dual credit speech. Although these classes weren't the easiest, I loved the time I had in each one. From writing my home off on one of Mr. Young's unit tests to giving an awkward speech on finals. Every class has their own special memory that I have forever stored within the memories of my mind. Then, as I got closer and closer to the final days of senior year, the unexpected happened. The world was hit with the novel coronavirus. School was called off for 2 weeks, and on March 13th, the class of 2020 walked out of TCHS unaware that this was our last moment together. We all waited with high hopes that we could still have our senior prom and graduation ceremonies, but when we learned that school would no longer be in session for the end of the year, we saw all those imagined moments fade. But not only did the class of 2020 feel this, but nearly every student across the world felt it, regardless of age or grade. Many were saying, "Oh no, I won't get to finish my school year," but for me, I said not again. Around the same time last year, I began to experience symptoms that were foreign to me. It eventually became so bad that I could no longer focus at school. My world was soon turned upside down with the news that I had a non-contagious autoimmune disease. So for me, I finished my junior year at home, just as I'm finishing my senior year now. The last time I'll ever get to experience my final day in person at Taylor County High School is sophomore year. It's very easy for me to be negative and feel sorry for myself, but just like the story about the girl who just wanted an education, this opened my eyes to something else. This helped me to realize that in moments when we feel sadness, we also find happiness. We find happiness as we look back and we remember all the memories and the laughs that we've had with friends and teachers. And soon, we find ourselves smiling at all those memories. And it truly exposes the truth in the old saying that you never know what you have until it's gone. And it teaches us to hold on a little tighter to each new memory that we make. I couldn't have asked for a better group of friends, teachers, and classes that I was blessed with having, not only in the 4 years at Taylor County High School, but in the 12 years I've had as a Taylor County Cardinal. It's hard to believe that so many memories that seem so clear and so fresh can be so far away. TCHS has seen me through the good times, the bad times, and it's taught me about others and myself. Farewell, Taylor County High School. I'll always be proud to have been one of your students. Carol Burnett said it best as she signed off her show. That's why I'm glad we had this time together, because it makes me feel like I belong. Seems we just got started, and before you know it, comes the time we have to say so long.